Hey, what's up, Solar family? It's James here, founder of Solar University, where we help you with sales and marketing, whether you just got started or you're advanced or a seasoned veteran. We want to help level you up. In this video, I want to go over how to sell via Zoom meeting. And keep in mind, this isn't a full-blown training. And also right below this video, I want to give you a free gift, absolutely free, to help you polish up your Zoom meetings. It's not a full-blown sales training, but it's going to point you in the right directions. We normally charge $97 for the course, but I want to give you access to the course absolutely free. The only thing I ask of you is to pay the processing fee. It's only like $4.97, and you can get access to that training as soon as you register. So in this video, I want to go over step by step on how to sell on a Zoom meeting. And keep in mind, again, this is not a full-blown sales training, but before I dive into it, I just want to give you the backstory on how I got started selling via Zoom. So I started selling solar over 7 years ago, and 6.5 years out of the 7, I've been selling everything via Zoom meeting in my pajamas, just chilling around my family. So keep in mind, I kind of stumbled into selling solar online. Let me give you a quick backstory. So 7 years ago, my boss told me to generate leads, you gotta go knock on some doors, right? So I did that for a few hours, and I knew right then for myself that it wasn't me. And I know you're probably an amazing canvasser, I just wasn't, right? So I knew that right off the get-go. So I knew there had to be ways to generate leads online. So to make this story really short, after 6 months later and $30,000 plus in the hole as far as taking courses and ad spend, I finally cracked that code. So when I started generating leads online, I was in Northern California at the time. I started generating leads all over California. And keep in mind, California is pretty big, right? So I started getting leads like 300-400 miles away. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna go drive there. What is the alternative to actually meet with a homeowner besides driving to their physical location? So I stumbled into Zoom because of a necessity at the time, and I honestly feel because of the time that we're going through right now, it's a necessity for all of us in the industry to learn how to sell Zoom online. And keep in mind that when you take your sales presentation from offline, meaning face-to-face at the coffee table, to online, which is Zoom, your conversion rate is gonna drop. So just be prepared for it, because there are certain things that you can do in home with the homeowner that builds rapport that you can't necessarily do via Zoom meeting. But what I wanna show you as well are strategies where you can regain some of that lost conversions by creating video content that you wanna send out to the homeowner. That's a totally separate video. Keep an eye out for that video as well, that training. But in this video, I want to show you how to get started using Zoom, how to navigate through Zoom, how to actually present your information through Zoom, whether you're doing a PowerPoint presentation or maybe you're showing different URLs or whatnot of websites that you want to show the homeowner, and also how to use the iPad, right? So I use this a lot to sketch out certain things that I want to show homeowners, especially for homeowners that are more visual. So other than that, let's jump right into my computer and I'll show you how to get started using Zoom. All right, so the first thing that you need to do is go to zoom.us. So zoom.us. So once that opens up, it should be on this website right here. So what you want to go in the top left corner here is to go to plans and pricing. So there's a free option and there's a pro option. So what I recommend is to get the free option for right now and practice with friends, family, and colleagues. But I don't recommend you getting the free version when you're ready to actually do a Zoom meeting with your homeowner. The reason being is the free version, you only have 40 minutes. And after 40 minutes, your homeowner is gonna get kicked out of the meeting, meaning that they would have to re-log back in if they get kicked out of the meeting, right? And most presentations are gonna be longer than 40 minutes. My personal sales presentations that I teach my students last for about 30 minutes, but if they're signing the agreements and you're getting them pre-approved or whatnot, more than likely you need at least an hour. The worst thing that may happen to you if you use the free version is you're gonna get to the point where the homeowner decides to move forward, you're sending them all the paperwork and all the loan docs and things of that nature, and it kicks them out. And then from there, you may have a hard time trying to get them back on a Zoom meeting. So I recommend go ahead and get the free version for right now to practice. And once you're ready to actually do a presentation with your homeowner, buy the pro version right here for $14.99, right? Because now it's not going to kick you out. You can actually stay on the meeting with them for 24 hours. And obviously, the longest you're probably going to need the meeting to last is about 2 hours, right? And that's if you have a full-blown presentation. Ideally, when you're having an online meeting with the homeowner, it's going to be a lot shorter than your face-to-face consultation, right? So go ahead and sign up for the free version now. And keep in mind that I highly recommend for you to upgrade to at least the pro version before you jump online with a homeowner. So go ahead and register now, and I'll see you at your home screen. All right, so now you should be at this page here. Go ahead and update your profile picture right up here, because this is what the homeowner is gonna see while they're waiting for you to let them in the Zoom meeting. So what my recommendation is, you put your picture there, not your company logo. You want the homeowner to see your face as much as possible. So you can also use this personal meeting ID link. But keep in mind that, whoever you share this with, they can always log onto this meeting. Say, for example, if you're having a meeting, with other homeowners. So what I recommend is actually to schedule a meeting, right? And I'll show you that in a second. There's just some basic features, licensing and things like that to that nature here. So when you have a paid version, the meeting capacity is 100. I actually upgraded to the webinar version. You're probably not going to need this version, but I use this for my training. So basically the webinar version, it allows me to stream on Facebook Live and also YouTube Live. But at this point, you probably don't need that version right now. And then when you scroll down here, this is just your basic, information as far as like signing in, host keys. You don't necessarily need that for your meeting. So let me go ahead and show you how to schedule a meeting. So what you want to do is click the meetings right underneath this profile. And then what I like doing is creating a meeting per homeowner, right? It keeps you on track. So meaning that if you have a meeting today, for example, or if you have one next week or whatnot, it keeps you all organized. And the great thing is you can actually put the homeowner's name so you know exactly who you're going to be speaking with that particular day. And the great thing is every homeowner is going to have their own dedicated webinar join link. So the great thing with that is if you have multiple meetings happening that day, so for example, if you had like back-to-back solar consultations, you can send them their own meeting link so it doesn't overlap and you don't see another person like jumping on the meeting or whatnot. That works out really, really well. So now I want to show you how to actually schedule a meeting. So what you want to do is click this blue button, schedule a meeting. And then what I like to do is I put solar consultation, and you can put the homeowner's name here. You don't necessarily need to put any descriptions here because they will see that. So you can put some, notes there if you want, but keep in mind that the homeowner is going to be able to see that. So just be careful what you put there. So from here, you want to schedule the meeting. So just pick the day and the time, the duration of the meeting as well. So you can go ahead for now and just put 2 hours. As far as recurring meeting, this isn't going to happen every single week or every single month. Just go ahead and unclick that. Registration, you don't need a registration for the homeowner. Meeting ID, just keep this as generate automatically. Meeting password, you want to go ahead and unclick this. You don't need a meeting password. So the great thing is the homeowner is not going to be able to jump right into the meeting until you allow them in the meeting. So you could go ahead and unclick that for now. As far as video, I just keep it off for right now because they may not be prepared to be on video as soon as they log on. So what I do is as soon as they do log on, I ask the homeowner if they can turn on their video. As far as the audio, they can either call in or use their computer audio. I just give them both options. This is going to be default to both. So the great thing is if they have really poor reception with their computer or maybe their phone, they can just call in as well. That kind of reduces the broadband or whatnot. As far as meeting options, it's defaulted to enable waiting room. So this is great. So, you can get prepared or whatnot. They're just not going to automatically pop up in the meeting. You have to actually allow them to join you in the meeting, right? That's what that basically means. So other than that, we cover the setting up portion for the individual online meetings that you're having with each homeowner. So what you want to do now is click save. So what you want to do here is you want to copy the invite attendee link right here, and you want to send out an email to the homeowner so they can click that link so they can join you in the meeting on the day of the meeting. So that's all you need from this point. So the great thing is as well, if you click meetings again, you're gonna have a list of all your homeowner meetings here. So it keeps you organized, right? So now let's go ahead and dive into the actual meeting, and I'll show you how to navigate through Zoom. So you're not, fiddling around or whatnot when you're meeting with your homeowners. So when you have a scheduled Zoom meeting, the only thing you got to do is click start over here on the right-hand side, and it's going to push you to the actual Zoom meeting. So from here, it's going to ask you whether or not you want to use your computer or you want to call in. I always use the computer, but you have that option as well. And again, you may want to call in if the reception is really choppy. So I'm going to go ahead and choose join with computer audio. And then from here, you're actually in the Zoom meeting now. So when the homeowner is requesting to get in, you can actually click this manage participant right here in the bottom. And then you can let the homeowner in from here, right? It's going to ask you to allow them to join. And the only thing you got to do is click that button. And now it's going to actually, allow them to see your screen or to see you, depending on what you're showing at the time. Right? And keep in mind that, when the homeowner logs in, you want the homeowner to see you, right? Don't have, the PowerPoint presentations up, just have a conversation with the homeowner. And I dive in deeper in the course as well. And again, if you haven't, registered for the course, I normally sell the course for $97, but I'm going to give it to you absolutely free. Just pay for the processing fee. It's $4.97. Keep in mind though, it's not a full-blown sales training. It's going to help you have a polished presentation when you're jumping on a Zoom meeting, right? So from here, you can go ahead and exit out. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scroll from left to right with all these icons and what it means and what it does. The first icon here is the microphone. So as you can see that it's actually X'd out. So when you're ready and the homeowner is in the presentation, unmute yourself before the homeowner is actually in the meeting. And then this up arrow just gives you the option in choosing different types of microphones. If you have like external microphones, you can use that as well. If you got a headphone, you can actually choose it here, or you could just use the built-in microphone into your computer. As far as the video, obviously right now there's no video, but if I click this, voila, there I am. How are you? So if you unclick it, it just gets you off video. And again, this up arrow, you just have different options. Say, for example, if you have a different camera that you want to use, maybe you have an HD camera, maybe your computer, the camera is broken and you're using an external camera, you can choose it here as well. But keep in mind, this is my tip to you, is try to stay on video as much as you can during your presentations, right? So now we can go ahead and click invite. So you can click copy URL. Say, for example, if the homeowner can't find the email that you initially sent to them, you can just click copy URL, create another email, and then send them the URL so they can jump on the meeting. That's what this is right here. So let's go ahead and X out of here. So manage participants. This is where you're going to see all your participants. You can unmute them. You can mute them. The only thing you can't do is turn on their video. They're going to have to do that themselves. So the next one is share. And this is going to be the most important button that you need to know. So what you want to do is actually share your presentation with a homeowner, right? So be familiar, and as you can see, there's different options here already. There's desktop, there's a whiteboard where you can actually write a few things with your mouse, which I don't recommend because it's going to look like chicken scratch, like your 2-year-old is the one writing on the whiteboard. You can connect onto your iPad via AirPlay, which I'm going to show you here in a second, or on a cable. So if you want to show the homeowner your desktop, it's going to be the first option here. So if you have like a solo proposal, or if it's an interactive like internet proposal, you can just jump right into the desktop. But if you have like a PDF, proposal, it's going to give you an option here as well to show your PDF proposal. The only thing is, make sure that you already have the PDF open, right, in the background somewhere, so Zoom can identify that this is an open file that you actually want to show. Right? Does that make sense? Because if you don't have the PDF open, it's not going to give you an option to actually view it. So make sure if your proposal is a PDF, make sure you already have it open. From here, let's go ahead and jump into my desktop. And now, as you can see, you can actually see my desktop. I'm going to open up a proposal for a homeowner as well. So voila, right? So this is a solo proposal for a homeowner. So now you can actually go through the proposal with the homeowner and use your skills to actually close the deal. So from there, once the homeowner decides to move forward, you can pre-approve them, do what you got to do, send them all the paperwork. And then when you're done and you want to stop screen sharing, on the top right corner here, this red button, just click stop share. And then voila, right? Now you're back to, your main screen. Hopefully that, your face is showing here at this point, that you have your video on. You don't necessarily need to chat with a homeowner unless you want to send them a link or whatnot. Maybe the homeowner is asking for references and things to that nature. You could actually send them a link. But the great thing as well, which I love Zoom so much, is you can actually record the presentation. Just let the homeowner ahead of time that you're going to record it for their reference. And the great thing is, after the recording is done, you can actually send them over the recording. So basically, that's how you use a Zoom meeting to close your deals. I want to show you something really quickly as far as sharing your iPad as well. So I like to sketch things out on my iPad for the homeowner, especially for visual homeowners. So what I like to use is AirPlay, and I installed a plugin already on my iPad. And then from here, I can actually go in my iPad, and I could click screen mirror and then zoom Mac, right? And voila, right? Now I can actually present the information to them, or maybe sketch things out using my iPad. So basically, if I wanted to sketch out, the utility rate hikes and things like that, you're currently spending, $200 a month. And then with solar, it's $175. And I would show something like, your rates are increasing at a 4%, things in this nature, right? I can sketch things out. And as far as solar, it's locked in, right? For 20 years or whatnot, right? So what I use is my iPad. It's the 12.9 iPad Pro. But I think, you can actually use the Sketchpad with any iPad, I'm assuming. But again, I am using an iPad Pro with an Apple Pen, right? So other than that, that's all I have for you. And then again, you could go ahead and click the button right up here in the top right corner to stop screen share. And now you're back to the main screen. Again, if you have any more questions, make sure that you schedule your free solar strategy call. And also make sure you register for the free training that I'm offering you and how to polish up your Zoom meetings as well. The only thing I ask you is pay the processing fee. I think it's only like $4.97. And you can get access to that. And again, it's not a full-blown sales training, but it's gonna help you polish up your Zoom presentations, especially if you're new to Zoom meetings or whatnot. It's really gonna help you polish things up. All right, so that's all I have for right now. So if you wanna dive in deeper to learn all my secrets, make sure you schedule your free solar strategy call. It's gonna be a pop-up around this video. Other than that, have an amazing day. Peace.